Anyone makes mistakes, this is normal. But sometimes such incidents cost their instigators a very tidy sum. It is about such cases that we will talk today. Let's go.
You will never get into such a situation because I wish you good luck.
In the Spanish province of Albacete, 50,000 liters of red wine leaked at the Villamalia winery. Apparently, the employees of the winery could not influence the situation in any way, and all they had to do was shoot the incident on camera. This courier left the customer's parcel too close to the trash can and thus made a very gross mistake. And all because a few minutes later a garbage truck drove up whose workers accidentally picked up a new packed goods along with garbage. If you've ever wondered what it's like to drive through flooded streets, then here's a good example for you. When you look at these shots, you are surprised at what the driver was thinking about, who turned on the windshield wipers in a similar situation, but most of all you are amazed at the fact that the car, being filled by a quarter, still remains on the move. In any difficult situation, the most important thing is to remain calm. Apparently, this is the reasoning of this sailor, who preferred to calmly drink a cup of tea instead of panic and watch his ship slowly sink. However, you should not worry about him, because after shooting spectacular shots, he managed to leave his ship. When you look at these terrible shots, you can involuntarily rejoice only because none of the drivers and passers-by were injured. It all started with the fact that the man wanted to park his Porsche worth $160,000 near the house. However, at some point he lost control and flew into a nearby SUV, and then flew off the platform and landed on the roof of the car. We can only sympathize with his wallet. This day could have been the happiest of this girl's life, but the gusty wind made its adjustments to the noble plans of this guy to make a marriage proposal. As a result, an expensive engagement ring flew out of the box and fell right into the river. Here is a clear example of why you should always put the car on the handbrake. This man parked his pickup truck to get out just for a minute, but his iron horse, as it turned out, had his own plans for the route and parking. Car maintenance is recommended to be carried out at least once a year, but some owners manage to bring even a completely new car directly from the dealership to the car service. That's what happened to this girl. The footage shows how she could not hold back tears of frustration and despair after she lost control at the car wash and crashed her new Mercedes-Benz right at the exit from there. It also happens that the treatment of an iron horse costs much more than it was agreed at the beginning, and at the same time it is far from the fault of the driver himself. In these frames, due to a mechanic's error, the car could not hold on to the jack and collapsed to the floor with severe damage. In less than a minute, this guy will make the most expensive mistake of his life. Everyone in the neighborhood dreamed of making a spectacular shot of him opening a bottle of champagne worth $2,000 with a sword. However, he not only failed to knock out the cork with the blade, but he managed to leave the whole company in the neighborhood without a drink at all. Loving owners often forgive their pets many pranks. However, sometimes it also happens that the curiosity and hooliganism of our furry friends entail very unpleasant consequences. For example, this guy did not scold and drive away his cat as soon as the fluffy one started biting his laptop screen, but any educational conversations immediately became useless when the display abruptly finally went out because of the red-haired prankster. This driver prefers not to visit the car wash at all because he bathed his car in the neighbor's pool with the same success. However, it would be better if he visited the car service more often and checked the serviceability of the brakes, because it is because of their failure that he will now have to justify himself to the owner of the house for a broken fence, a damaged lawn, and a pile of metal drowned in water. These two guys could easily become the personification of any futile attempts to solve a major problem with the help of improvised means. I doubt very much that these small buckets will help them get rid of the leakage of white paint, but they do not even think to lose hope of success. A real professional in his field is noticeable not only by the results of work, but also in the process of activity. And looking at these three roofers, it may seem that this is their first working day in life. This guy wanted to test the strength of a lemonade tin by lowering the front of his sports car onto it. Surprisingly, the can withstood the test, but the Nissan bumper could not stand it. The removal of trees in this video went completely awry when the hydraulic lever of the truck could not cope with the load, and as a result, the treacherous tree pulled the whole car behind it. However, even these are just flowers compared to the destruction suffered by the neighboring cottage. This ship was supposed to go down to the water today, but due to a mistake by the station workers, it will not be able to dive into its native element for a long time. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, then don't forget to leave your personal like and write in the comments on what topic you would like to see the next video. See you soon. Peace.